Today I'm playing Thunder Rolls, designed by Richard Lanius. I've got the track mostly set up. Today the race is going to be the Small World 500. It's a two-stage race, the first stage being only 5 dice. A couple special rules are for drafting, both in the rolling phase and the thunder phase. If the drafting cards, there's only 2 cars in the line, they move 2 spaces, and the car in the front moves an extra space. Also, the yellow triangles, if you're not on fresh tires, a car moving forward onto the space ends their turn. During the thunder phase, a car starting on the blue triangles only moves 1, so we need to avoid those. Okay. Today I'm playing with 4 player characters, blue, orange, green, and yellow. And we have 4 non-player drivers, 2 experienced drivers, and 2 rookies. You can tell by the heart. So the white driver is a rookie, and the black is a rookie. The purple and the red both have the spade symbol, so they are experienced drivers. Okay, well, we're only doing 5 dice today. I've prepared the qualifying positions. Our orange team is in second place. The green team has the pole position. The yellow team is in third. One of the non-player drivers is in fourth. That's the purple. The white non-player driver is in 5th. The red non-player is in 6th. And actually I have those 2 backwards. Both the blue team and I got that right. The black team is qualifying 6. You can tell that by looking at the cards. It has a Q6. That is their qualifying value. It's 1 to 16, and blue had a 2. So I have it correct. Blue is in last place as we start off the race. All right, well, to get started, we'll give the Thunder Rolls first place insignia to green. They'll start off by rolling 5 dice. They get a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2. You have to divide these up into sets and determine where you want to put it. Well, drafting for green is good. They can also move 1. I tell you what, they're going to go ahead and do the draft. And they'll move 1, 2. Now, when you draft, you have to take either the car in front of you with you or the one in the back. And in this case, he's just going to take yellow. All right, let's move on to the next player character, and that is yellow. Yellow got 2 6s, a 4, and 2 1s. Well, you don't want to use pairs if you don't have to, unless there's an advantage to doing so. So yellow will go ahead and take the 4 and put it on action card 4. That allows him to move 1 and then retrieve a die, but they're not any other die, so he'll just draw a crew chief card. But he gets to go 1. We'll go ahead and squeeze into there. He'll take a crew chief card, might come in handy later. And now we go to blue. I'm doing green, yellow, blue, and then orange. So blue rolls his 5 dice. 5 dice. And he gets a 6, a 5, and 3 4. So a 6 is nice. But the problem with blue is he's in the back row. He's kind of blocked in. So if he was to move 2, if he put his over here in the groove to move 2, right here, he'd have to push, which is a risky maneuver. So we'll go ahead and let him also do the 5. And now when he does the draft, every car in front of him moves up. So that's 5 cars all move up. There we go. Now you may notice I have these dice set out here. Those are to remind me about the special rules. The black dice, this is the high bank. This racetrack is a high bank, and during the thunder they only can move into there and they have to stop. No, when they start on their turn, when they start in the turn on there, they only move 1. All right, so after blue, the orange team's in 3rd place at the moment. They roll a 5, a 2, and 3 1s. Well, they could draft also, but it'd be probably more advantageous to him to do a 2. The 2 allows them to cross over and then move 1. Well, crossing over the yellow car moves the yellow one back, and then orange can move forward 1. So that's orange's turn. Now we go into the non-player drivers. And the way that non-player drivers works is they have a card deck they draw from. They have a non-player deck card. So this first player is white. White, and we look at the top section. It says they can draft. Well, white can indeed draft, and the special rule for this track will come into play when they draft. When white drafts, there's only 2 cars in line, so they get to move 2. 1, 2. And then white gets to move 1 other position, 1 other space. So that was very good for white. Let's move on to purple. Purple just has 1. Purple, now see, purple is blocked in. So if they move 1, they're going to have to push that yellow car. Now, yellow is a player character, so that will involve risk. If it's just 2 non-player drivers, no risk is involved. But because it's purple and yellow, since purple wants to push yellow, then we roll these, and if it's a double, and it is, that means they spin out. So when they spin out, the lead car goes back 2, the next car goes back 2, but he has to keep going until there's a space open. So purple, that did not work out for purple at all. Let's move on to Team Red. Frank gets a crossover, which is handy. He'll just move right up here, push yellow back. And then black gets a helmet. Now helmet means we go to the player card, the driver card, and he moves 2. So black will move 2. Now black can move 1 and then slide into the outside lane right there. Okay, that's round 1. So we go back to our players. Green, let's turn again. Green rolls a 6, 4, 3, 3. So green can use the 6. That's the groove. He can move 2. That's definitely what he'll do this time. So put the 6 over here in the groove allows green to move 2. Now, I put these exclamation points down there to remind me that if someone goes down there, their turn ends. So that green went 1, he'll go up to the outside. Because the idea is that it's really slick on the inside, and he just wants to avoid the slick area. So that's it for green. We'll go to yellow. Yellow's in 6th place right now. 5, 4, 2, 1. He has lots of choices. Well, there's still a slot on the draft. That'll allow him to move up. The 4 is open, which allows him to retrieve a die or take a crew chief card. The 2 is open, which allows him to cross over and then move 1. That might be a good choice. They're all pretty good choices. Or, of course, he could use the 1 and do a pit stop, but he does not need to do a pit stop at this time. So I think we're going to go ahead and do the 2. So that allows yellow to cross over with red and move another position. So we moved up pretty nicely while knocking back one of the non-player drivers. Now blue's up. Blue's in 7th place. 6, 5, 4, 1. Another good selection. Well, 6 needs to move up. They've already got 5. They could do 4, but there's no point in taking any other die. They can get another crew chief card, or they can pit. They don't need to pit. They'll take the 6. They'll put it on the groove. So now we have 2 dice on the groove, and blue will move 2 positions. 1, 2. He'll get back in line. Now we have clean up blue's 3 dice, remaining dice. Orange. 2 5s, a 3 and 1. Now the 2 5s, if we put the 2 5s here, they would go to the top. Like it's in priority 1, but it uses 2 die. That might be good at some point, but the 3 is still open, where you can take the low line. In other words, just move 1. This is orange. Orange is going to move 1. It's right there. Orange is in the lead. Okay, that's it for the player characters. Let's go back to the non-player drivers. Team White's first. Gets a 3. White gets a 3, so he's going to 1, 2. Now he can push the orange car. The orange car is a player driver. So for his last move, he's going to push the orange car. Let's see. 5 and a 3. Oh, it's fine. Next up is purple. Purple gets move 1. Red. Red can do a side draft. There's no one next to the red car, so the non-player drivers, he can't do the side draft, but they always get to go at least 1, so he'll move up. They don't push if they have another alternative track or a pathway. They don't push. Here's black. Black can do a crossover. Black does not have a car immediately in front of him, so again, they at least get to go 1. And he'll go down here in front of that longer line. Okay, back to the player characters. Green's first up. Got 3 die left. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. All good choices. Green can move 1, or they can do a crossover. They don't need that, or they can do the pit. Now, pit stop's good, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and let them do the pit right now, just to get it over with. Because if you don't pit by the end of the rolling phase, when you get into the thunder phase, you'll get a hazard and a red flag. It just not work very well. So we're gonna take greens 1, put it over in the pit area. So that means green does not move this turn. If their card had been on this side where it needed service, they could flip it, but they've already got it here. So they actually could have re-rolled those numbers, but really the 1 is a good thing to have. It's, you really need to get that pit stop in. So let's go to yellow. 6-3-2. Well, yellow is not on the groove, so that'd be a good choice. Lets him move 2, or they're not on the low line. That lets him move 1. So we'll go ahead and put him on. We'll put the 6 on the groove. Get that final position over there. Move 2. We'll go 1 and 2. So yellow currently in like 3rd place. Blue back in 6th place. All right, here's the thing we can do here. 6 will allow blue to go here and move up. But now, if you look at these cards, blue could put his die there, move up, but it really only makes a difference between a 5 and a 4. That means blue would get first choice. He could take the 5 at the moment, or the 4. So 6 is not that good. 2 2s, similarly, 2 2s will allow him to take over first position of Rubin's racing, or the crossover, but the crossover doesn't help him right now. So this is an example where he could take the 6 just so he could move 2, or he could re-roll. Well, I'll go ahead and take the 6. I like the fact that he's going to move 2 positions because he's back there. 1, 2, and 2 dice here. Team Orange, the last player character, 6-3-1. Well, Orange is not on the groove. He could put it there and move 2, but he won't get a card at the moment unless he maybe later draws another. He's already got 3 lined up, but just as green did, I think we're going to let orange do the pit stop now. They're out in the lead, but we'll go ahead and let him pit. He doesn't need to flip his card, so nothing happens right now. So that's it for the player characters. Let's go back to the non-player. Team White, who's in 2nd place, gets to use the helmet, which is a crossover, which actually works real well because White can take over the lead. So now White is in 1st place. Not bad for a rookie driver. Purple can do the helmet, which his helmet maneuver is to draft and then go 2. Now that is a really good maneuver in this case because, well, no, I'm sorry, I was looking at green. The draft, purple can't draft. He's all by themselves. So we'll go back down to the 1. He'll move in behind the red car. Next turn he could draft if it comes up. And this is for Team Red. And Team Red can do a side draft. There's no one beside them. So they're just going to move one. He has a choice, take the upper line or the lower line, but the one in the middle, as you can see, is 5 cars long. So he'll take that one. And we'll move on to Team Black. Team Black can do a crossover, and that is something they can do. They'll push back the yellow car, take over that position. Puts them in 3rd position. Okay, back to the player teams. Oh, that's the wrong color. We're going to green starts off. Green's back there in like 4th place. They roll a 6 and a 3. Green can go 2, move on up, or a 3. Now green's not on the low line board, so he needs to get on that board so he gets an extra card. So we'll put green there. Green gets to move 1. Again, this die here, that is for the thunder phase only. Has no effect on the rolling phase, but he moves 1. Team Yellow back there in 5th place. 3 and a 5. Yellow could get in the draft. Both of these are good. The draft, if he did the draft, he'd move 3 other cars up. Or he could go here and just move 1, move himself. I think we'll do that. He'll take the low line, he'll move 1. There's only people up there. Now let's go to the blue. Blue's right behind yellow. Blue rolled a 3 and a 4. Blue would be the first one to get on the 4. So I think we'll do that. Blue can move 1. Now, blue's in the situation up here in the top end. If he moves 1, he's going to be pushing yellow and green. Both yellow and green are player characters. So this could be interesting. So blue is going to do the move 1, pushing green, yellow up. So we have to roll 1 die for each driver, and any pairs will cause a spin out, unless it's blue and green, since they're not contact each other. And there are no doubles. So that worked out okay. Now blue can retrieve a die from any action. I tell you what. Blue will take his 6. He's already got priority 1. There's a chance that blue and green may get another one and take that priority 1, but there's not much difference in these cards. Anyway, so he'll take that 6 and put it back in his pile, his pool. So he now still has 2 dice. All the other drivers will be having 1. Time for orange team. Orange gets a 5 and a 4. Orange is not on either board. The 5 has a card, a 5 crossover. That might come in handy. But a 4 lets him reclaim a card, a die, but I don't see any dice he might want to reclaim. The 5 is a draft. There's 3 cards in a draft, so he doesn't get that extra point of the draft bonus. The 3 makes him have to move, but the problem with moving, he's going to have to take a risk. So we'll do the draft. The draft, he only wants to draft the one in front of him. You can choose either front or back. He'll choose the front. Puts white out in front, and orange is in 2nd place. Okay, over to our non-player drivers. First up is white. He drafts twice. Well, that's great for orange. Look, this is an amazing benefit to orange. White drafts twice. 1, 2. This track allows you to move an extra one when you draft, and then white gets to move again. That's just the first draft. Their second draft, he can't actually do the second draft because there's no one there. Okay, so let's go to purple. Purple goes 2. Purple's in last place. Team red next to last place. Can they draft? And there's no one to draft. So they go to their helmet. Red's helmet says, move 1, then draft 1. Well, that works. Works real well. Red will move 1, draft 1, but because of the track bonus, they get to go 2. And then red's supposed to get to go another. But to go another, that means they have to go through black. Push black. Both red and black are non-player drivers. So even though they took a risk by being pushed, they don't have to pay the penalty of rolling for a spin out. Team black. Draft. Black will draft. There's 3 cards in line, so they don't get the bonus. Back to the player characters. Green's last die. Green's in 5th place, rolls a 6. Green has the opportunity to re-roll, but they're already on the pit. Okay, well, let's take the 6. Now here's the situation. They have 2 dice there. They move up. Not much of a benefit. Sometimes it is. In this case, the benefit is they get to move 2. 1, 2. So that's it for green. They're done. Yellow. Yellow gets a 5. That's a... He'll like that. That's a draft. Yellow wants a draft. There's only 2 cards in the draft, so they get to go 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then yellow can go an extra. And that, again, this drafting is all because of this Small World 500 has these special rules there. All right, that was yellow. Blue. Blue actually has 2 dice left because they reclaimed 1. Now they get a 4 and a 6. If they move 2, they'd have to take a risk by pushing yellow. So we'll just do the 4 this time. Put the 4. They already have that action card, but they can move 1. They can reclaim a die, but they're not going to do that. They're going to take a crew chief card instead. Crew chief. This is a good card. Perfect line. At the end, at the very last step of the game, after the thunder phase, you get to check the perfect lines, and this helps them out with that. That might give them an extra 2 spaces. I could actually win the game for them sometimes. So that was blue. Orange. Last die for orange. It's a 6, which is great for orange. They weren't on that board, although that doesn't really help them actually because they won't get a benefit from that since this is their last die. So they can either re-roll that, but they like the moving 2. So they will take the 2. 1, 2. Go ahead and get in a line there. So that's it for the player characters. Blue has 1 more die left. This is the last turn. Since some of the player characters are out of die, this is the last turn the NPCs, the NPD drive. This is for white. Has the helmet. Can white cross over? Yes, they can. They take the lead from orange. This is purple. Purple can draft. Yes, purple can draft, and they get that bonus. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then they can move 1 more. This is Team Red. Got the helmet or 1. Team Red is they can move 1, then draft. I guess they move 1 in the draft, which they can draft. So they move everybody up 1. and then they get to move one more. That's the way I interpret that card. And now Team Black. I ran out of cards. I have to quickly shuffle just for a few moments to get this last card. And it is a helmet or move one. Team Black's helmet is to move two. Well, Black moves two. Black will have to go out into the inside and maybe veer back out to the middle lane. Guess that was the inside and back to the middle lane. Okay, that's it for the non-player drivers. For our player characters, they're all out of dice except for Blue. So Blue gets the final die, and if potentially, if they roll a 6, they can go into first place. They rolled a 5. Well, a 5 has some benefits here. Lets them move up on the draft to first priority. Black and Blue are the two drivers. They get to move 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then according to this card, after they move 2, 1 additional space. Well, Blue, to move 1 additional space, is going to have to push Black. All right. So we roll a blue and a black die. It would really be unfortunate if they spun out at the very end, but they didn't. 3 and a 2 is okay. So that's in a Blue's turn. So that is the end of the rolling phase. Now we go into this resolution phase where we check all the cards and hand out the Thunder cards. We do it here. But look at this. This is a problem for a couple drivers. Blue and green are okay. Excuse me, green and orange are okay. Blue and yellow have an issue. They did not ever do a pit stop. So they both, Blue gets a hazard, yellow gets a hazard. I'm giving them some hazard cards down here. And they both get a red flag. And that will penalize them during the Thunder phase, sometimes severely. But now let's check out the Thunder Rolls card. Green gets first pick. Well, they'll take the 6. And orange will take the 4. We move on to the next one. Action 2. Orange, well, this time they got the first position, first priority, so they'll take the 6. And yellow will take the 5. Now here's one. If there had been some drivers that ended up down here, if you did not win a priority position here, move 2. But no one's down in that lower position. The 3 cards are going to be given out. The first one goes to orange. He'll take the 6 crossover. Makes 3 cards for orange. Green will take the 6 draft. And yellow gets the 4. In this case, blue gets this pick. He's the only one on the crew chief. He'll take the 5. That's blue's first card. The draft. Everybody got on the draft, but blue gets first pick. He'll take the 5. Green has a choice. The draft or the clean air. The green likes the clean air better. He'll take the 3, clean air, leaving orange the 3. Orange now has 4 cards. Okay, the groove. Green gets first choice. He'll take the 5. Green has 4 cards now. Blue, well, blue's going to take the wrecker or checker. I mean, if it comes down to it, you might need that little boost. And then yellow gets the final card. So non-player drivers don't get any cards. They advance in the thunder phase a different way. So looking at here, we have to set these hands up. Blue only has 3 thunder cards, so we give him a 4th card, being a speed card. So now we have to look at these cards and figure out what we want to do with them. He's got a pretty good hand down here, because one thing that's important, all these green flags. Every pair of green flags you can make, like right there, those 2 right there, that's an extra 2 spaces they can move at the end of the game, end of the stage. So he should be able to set all those up. In fact, we'll just do it this way. 2, 2, 2. So that's perfect. All right. Now also notice the exclamation points. That means those are potential hazard cards he has to be concerned with. So let's take 3 dice. Any ones it rolls is a hazard. He did get a hazard. Okay. So I'm going to do that for each driver. Set their hands up. Set these up. That's actually, it's going to be 2 hazards for blue, because he had one for not doing a pit stop also. So there's his original setup. Now we look at the hazard, and it says any position. This one says 3rd position. So this one automatically goes to 3rd position. This one can go on any. Now, because he gets a red flag, he's going to lose 5 positions, and then he'll go 1. So we probably want to put that on the lowest card. So we'll put it right there on top of the, well, that one's already got one. We'll put it, no, right there on clean air. Okay. So that's blues. Let's look at oranges. Let's see, orange. Orange can make 2 pairs. So we'll go ahead and put those cards down. They have 3 exclamation points, so orange has to roll 3 dice. Try to avoid any ones. And they did. Orange is clean, so let's do green. Green has 4 cards. Unfortunately, notice how green, all their flags are on the right. Cannot make any pairs. So we'll just put the record checker in the end. They have 3 exclamation points, and they roll 2 1s. So they get 2 hazards. What was a great thing, not so great anymore. So they get 2 hazards, both on the 2nd. Okay, I guess we can do that. Finally, it is Team Yellow. They only have 3 thunder cards. Give them a speed card. Let's see here. We got no. All their flags, if they have them, are on the left, on the right. Excuse me. So that's not helping any. So we'll just put those down, however we see fit. And they have 2 asterisks. So yellow will roll 2 die. And they too roll a 1. Go figure. So they got a hazard, goes on card 3. But you know what? They got this card that says re-roll 1 die anytime. They're going to try that again. They rolled a 4. Okay. Great. No hazard for you. They did have the red flag hazard though, which goes on the third card with the flag, but it's not so bad. Okay, so that's all set up. The hands are ready to go. Let's check out the track. And when whoever's in first place, which, you know, did purple, is purple in first? No, purple's not in first place. Purple's supposed to be in last. First place, I believe it's black, then blue, then white, then orange, then yellow, then green, red. I think purple's in last. So the first non-player character is blue. All right. So blue goes first. Their first card is a 5 with a side draft. There's no side draft available, so they just go 5. But blue has an issue in that there's black right in front of them, so they're going to have to push black, taking a slight risk. If I roll a 1, they spin out. Excuse me, if I roll doubles, they spin out. It did not. So blue, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's go. Next is orange. Orange can draft. Goes 3 and can draft during their move. Okay, well, orange chooses not to draft. Goes 1, 2, 3. Team green, 6 and can draft if necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and move them up. 5 and 6. And then yellow, the last player, goes 4 and has clean air. Yellow would need 2 car lengths ahead of him to get clean air. He does not have that, so he just gets the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it for the players' characters. Now for the non-players. Non-players use that same deck, but now they use the bottom part of the card. First up is white. White's in 5th place. And white gets a helmet or a 3. We're looking at this down here. Helmet, then a 3. They get both. Team white can cross over with the helmet. There is no need to cross over. So they just go 3. Now, here's the thing with white. If they take the outside track, because it's open, a car starting on turn this base only moves 1. So if they went 3, 1, 2, 3, next turn they'd only move 1. The next turn they'd only move 1. So, oh no, I got that backwards. That's actually a good thing. I just realized what that is. High bank, a car starting with this turn moves 1. In other words, before their turn, they get an extra move. So that's a good thing. Well, live and learn. 1, 2, 3. So they'll stop there. Next turn, they'll get a boost. Okay. Purple. Purple can go 4. And then if they're in 7th or 8th place, they go another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. they're in last place, so they get another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we're marking this, blue's the only one this time who's finished a lap. Next is red. Red now is in last place. Red can go 6. Go 6. There's a lot of congestion up there. One, two, three, 4. You know, one thing I haven't thought about is, do non-player drivers have bad tires or good tires? That's a good question. Never thought about that before. I'm going to assume they have good tires, because that means they can go on the slick area. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Team Black, the last non-player driver, can draft and go 4. Black is up near the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black crosses the line. He finishes his first lap. Okay, card 2, back to the player characters. Blue's up first. Blue goes 4 with a wrecker or checker. Blue goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the thing: wrecker or checker, you can go a number of extra spaces, but then you roll the dice. So if you don't roll higher, if you roll, you have to roll that number or higher, or you lose those extra spaces. So blue is right now in the lead. I'll tell you what, we'll move him 2. Play it a little bit conservative since he is in the lead. We'll roll the die. So if he rolls a 1, he has to back up those 2 plus back up 3 additional. He's okay. That's blue. Now let's go to orange. Orange is like in 4th place. They can do a side draft and then move 4. Well, they'll side draft red. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll move in behind black. Green has an issue with this. They don't have a red flag, so they don't have to worry about the -2, -3. But they do lose 3 points off their 5, so they can only go 2. Green goes 2. Put them right there. Yellow has a clean air. There's 2 positions in front of yellow, so they get the clean air, so that's 5 plus 2. They go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Orange and yellow are on the first lap. Okay, that was yellow. Back to the non-player drivers. Up first is white, who's in, I believe, next to last place. They can move 3. Oh, but they're on the high rise. They get to move 1 to start off with, then they go 3. 1, 2, 3. Purple. Thunder phases. They move 6. They like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red do the helmet and then 3. Where the helmet here is, then go 1, draft and then go 1. This is red. Well, they go 1 and draft 1. We'll do it that way. And then they can go 3. 1, 2, 3. Red is now finished their lap. So these 2 right here have not finished the lap. So it's a pretty tight race. Team Black can go 4. Oh, now what we do about this? We're going to assume they have good tires. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Thunder round 3. Back to blue. Blue has a red flag, so they have to back up 6. Now the way I've been doing this, I'm not totally sure if it's correct. I back them up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2. I'm not going to do it that well. Back up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Also, they only can go 2. This overrides their normal card. So they only go 2. And then we have orange. Can go 6. They can cross over. They won't need to. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green, if they have clean air, which they don't, they can only move 3. And they'll take the inside. Because green definitely has fresh tires. Yellow has a red flag, but see that their hazard had no red flag penalty, so all they do is lose 1 off their 1, so they don't move, they just stay there. And that's it for the player drivers. Let's move on to Team White, who's in 7th place. Move 4, and then potentially can do a crossover. This is White. To move 4, moves 1, they're going to have to push green. So that's 2. That's the second move. Green is a player character, so we're going to have to roll for the risk on that. Doubles are a problem. No problem. 3. Roll again. That survived. Another risk roll, and then White gets his last one 4. Non-player drivers don't push when they can move freely. So then they can they could cross over the last. It says then they can do a crossover. See, they get to move 4, then they do a crossover. So we'll do the switcheroo there. Purple can do the helmet, and then 6. Well, their helmet is draft and go 2. This is purple. Purple cannot draft, so we'll just do the 6. Take the inside, I guess. Let's see. No matter where they go, they're going to be blocked a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green, again, is a player character, so we have to roll, take a risk there. Green and purple. Doubles is a spin out. No spin out. That was purple's roll. Let's go to red. Red goes 4. Same thing again. 1, 2. Red's third roll is a 3. Now, let's roll red. Red can't interfere with purple, but purple could cause green being a player, to spin out. Nope. I think I said 2, 3. Same thing, purple and green. Oh, a double, they spin out. So green has to back up at least 2. I think then red gets one final move to make up their 4. Black goes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, last turn. So whoever's in the lead here after this turn will be the winner of this stage, with the exception that we have the perfect slipstreams that might make a difference. So blue here, blue does have a penalty flag, so they have to back up 5. Last time they backed up 6. Blue, see, they should have done that pit stop. And then after backing up 5, they can only go 1. Blue once was the leader. See, that pit stop's so important. I didn't do it for him. All right, orange. Orange goes 6. They're in the front, so they have clean air. So they get to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They actually finished their second lap. I think they're going to win this race. Let's go to green. Oh, here's a wild card. Green gets 6 plus a wrecker or checker. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they can't go for the one. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 behind. There's a 1 in 6 chance, but this is just stage 1 of a stage 2 race. There's plenty more racing to go. They really don't need to risk much. We'll let them move up 2, which means if they roll a 1, they screw up. So they're good. And we'll just put 1 inside there. Why not? No, we'll go out there. Okay, who's next? It's yellow. Yellow gets to go 4 and a crossover if they need to. 1, 2, 3, go to the 4. All right, non-player drivers, their last turn. White, like I'm saying right now, orange is in the lead, and these are all in the lap, same lap behind them. So white goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next is purple. Purple goes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Red. Let's look this way. Goes 4. Then they go 4. Then they can draft, go 1 and then draft. I guess draft 1 and 1. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 1, and I guess they get to draft 1. That's and there are 2 cars. So I guess they get to go like here, and then red gets to go another. No. That means blue actually blue's actually, they went back. They actually lost a lap, so they're now just on lap 1. This is team black. Black gets to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now that's the end of the thunder phase. Now quickly we'll go through any special slipstream bonuses. Orange is in the lead, so we'll start with orange. Blue was in the lead, but they're now in last. So we're looking at orange. One match, 2 matches. They have 2 matches. They get to go an extra 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Green has no matches. Yellow has no matches. Blue has 1, 2 matches. Blue gets to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that you have it. So at the end of stage 1, again, this is a 2-stage race. the cars going into stage 2 will be in this position, with the leader being orange. They're on lap 2. The rest of the field is on the first lap. So we have red in second, green third, black 4, white 5, 6, 7, blues 8. If you're scoring points, then the first 2 positions, orange would get 2 points and red would get 1. Well, there you have it. Thunder Rolls. Absolutely amazing game. I've been playing solid for 2 days, and I'm going to keep going for the rest of the day and maybe the next week. Thanks very much for listening. Bye-bye.